I'm recording.
Recording what?
The video.
What video?
We're ready to start the video, the Christmas DIYs.
Oh, okay.
Would you stop watching the television?
I'm sorry, I'm looking for my show. Cuban Curls!
He's a little frisky today. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. How many DIYs am I doing today?
I don't know, 3?
No.
No?
Doing 2.
2 DIYs.
2 Christmas DIYs, and I hope you like them. Just a little update. We did not get the apartment that we wanted so badly, right?
No, we didn't get the apartment.
I was bummed out for about a week and a half. Peter was bummed out for about, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
It is what it is. God has better plans for us.
Ah! You bit me.
He did. He bit him. He's jealous. He wants me all to himself. Let's get into these Christmas DIYs.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too. So I wanted to make some signs either for my tier tray or my mantle. I'm going to be taking 2 of these Sweet Farm shadow boxes from the Dollar Tree. First thing I'm going to do is remove the metal piece that has the wording on there with a screwdriver. Super easy to do. Then you go ahead and remove the stickers, sand that down, then remove the hardware. I also go in with a pair of scissors and just cut around the burlap so that there isn't any burlap hanging over. I like the burlap on the back. Wood filler also from the Dollar Tree, and I cover up those holes. A little bit of water and some of my Waverly Antique Wax, just a drop. I wanted these a little darker, but I didn't want to use traditional stain. This is a nice alternative. So I brushed this mixture all around the 4 sides and the inside edges, leaving the back of the inside alone because I'm going to paint that later. Now I wanted to make 3 signs, but I only had 2 of the Farm Sweet Farm, so I'm going to grab this sign also from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to remove the circle that's in the middle there. Then I take off the hardware as well. After you do that, you can just pop out the frame. It is very easy to do. I've seen people do this and I was like, I don't know if this is going to be that easy, but it really is. Now this part was not so easy. Jesus, take the wheel. I was determined to get this paper off. You could leave the paper on if you want, but I didn't want that paper on there, and it took me a while to get it off. I even had to break out the spatula. I know, it's kind of crazy, but I wanted it a certain way. Now, since this frame is black, I start off by giving it a coat of the Waverly chalk paint in white. You'll see that I go over the white paint once it's dry with my Waverly Antique Wax mixture. And I do this because I want it to look like the other 2 frames. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I use this method for many DIYs. I even did my IKEA shelves over. I'll leave a link to that video down below and also up above. I love this method. You can make virtually anything look like wood. It could be plastic. It doesn't matter. You start off with a coat of white chalk paint and then go over it with the wax, and it will look like it's really like natural grain wood. So I brush the mixture onto the frame, and then I use a piece of an old t-shirt and wipe off the excess, and I keep doing this until I get the color that I'm looking for. Now for the inside of all 3, I chose to use Vintage White by Folk Art. I love this color, much softer than a stark white. So 1 coat of paint for these smaller ones, and then for the larger shadow box, I give it 1 coat of paint on the front and 1 on the back. This one was so much easier to do because you can pop the back out. Burnt umber acrylic paint. I'm just going to go over the inside of all 3 of them with a very dry brush. You can see me dipping the brush in the paint, practically taking it all off. I like to start light and then add more as I go along. And now I glue the back of this shadow box right back onto its frame, just using a little bit of hot glue. You can use E6000, super glue gel, whatever suits your fancy. I just didn't think it was necessary. I'm a little fickle and I might take this thing apart. You never know. I picked up this letter stamping kit from the Target dollar spot. It was about $3, I believe. I think it was $3. And that ink pad is actually from work. I borrowed it. I didn't have one. I didn't steal it, and I will be returning it. Okay, guys? I thought it would be cute to try something different since I know a lot of my subscribers don't have a CRICUT, and in my opinion, it adds to the whole rustic look. I did not use a ruler or anything. They're a little crooked, but hey, I think that makes it look even more rustic, don't you think? I stamped some Christmassy sayings on these, and I will show you what they look like at the end of the video. For embellishments, I took one of these little bells. I got this pack of 20 from the Dollar Tree. I had this draw pull laying around the house. I'm also going to use one of these bronze vintage skeleton keys. I got a pack of 30 from Amazon for $6.99. I love vintage keys. I'll leave a link down below. Definitely not sponsored. I just thought it was a great buy. Burnt umber paint, and I paint over all three of these. I want them to look old and distressed. Take some twine, put it through the little bell, and I just make a knot, cut off the excess, and now glue all of these to my signs. And last but not least, I do go in with a Dollar Tree sanding sponge just to make it look a little more distressed. For my next DIY, I'm going to take these shoe horns. They're really, really long, and I found them at the Dollar Tree. As soon as I saw these, I knew exactly what I was going to do with them. I live in an apartment and I can't spray paint indoors, so I asked Peter Parker to take these to work with him, and he spray painted them with some oil rubbed bronze spray paint by Rust-Oleum. I love this color, and he did a great job. Now I'm going to take this Beware sign from the Dollar Tree, and if you saw my video where I made this Christmas sign, it was a plaid sign, I'm basically going to do the same exact thing. Cover up the holes with stainable wood filler. Give this one coat of white chalk paint, a combination of weathered oak and briar smoke stains. First I stained it with the weathered oak, and then I stained over it with the briar smoke. I just felt the weathered oak was too light. To make it look shiplappy, I don't even know if that's a word, but to make it look like shiplap, I take a screwdriver and I score the board. I make 3 scored lines going vertically or horizontally. It depends on how you're looking at things. An incense stick from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint it white and then stain it exactly like I did my sign. I wanted it to match, so I used the weathered oak and then the briar smoke stain. Now that I have all of my pieces and everything is dry, I'm going to put this thing together. I hope I can explain this in a way that makes sense, but if not, you can see what I'm doing. I turn the Beware sign upside down, and then I take some of my super glue gel. I'm going to also go in with some hot glue. When I glue the shoehorn to the board, I glue it upside down, basically just turning the handle over to the side where I painted and stained, if that makes any sense. And then I use some Dollar Tree clips to secure everything in place while it dries. Now I waited for that to dry about 10 minutes or so, and then I went on to do the other side. Now when I did this side, I got a little smarter, and I went ahead and attached it by putting the glue on the actual board instead of the shoehorn, and that worked a lot better. Now I just tried to get these as even as possible. I just eyeball this. I do that quite a bit. Ain't nobody got time to be measuring and all that. I am super impatient when I'm crafting. I just want to finish it. But feel free to measure this so that it comes out exactly the way that you want it. I'm going to take my incense stick holder, turn it upside down, and glue it to the very top by using the same combination of super glue gel and hot glue. Now you see these holes in the handles. I didn't like those very much, so I decided to use one of these metal hooks from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 5. I'm actually going to cut it in half. Very easy to do with a pair of scissors, believe it or not. And then I'm going to continue to cut each side until it fits perfectly over the handle of the shoehorn. Just be super careful when you're doing this. This is very sharp. After popping these on the handles, I am going to cover the back with some painter's tape. So I have a Cricut and I made a little sign that said, "Let it snow." And I am going to leave a link down below. If you do have a Cricut, you'll be able to download this into your Cricut design space and make your own sign with the same font. But if you don't have a Cricut, you can certainly use Dollar Tree stickers. I know it won't come out the same, but it'll still be cute. You can even look for free printables online. Just trying to give you a few options. After adhering my vinyl to the board, I take a pack of these Dollar Tree snowflakes. They come 6 in a pack. With a pair of scissors, I just remove the plastic hangers. I am going to place them 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and I just kind of just played around with it to see what position I wanted them in. I glue them on there with some hot glue. So here it is, my little Dollar Tree sled. I absolutely love it. I love the metal hooks up on top. I think it gives it a little extra detail. And no, I did not paint the back, but nobody's going to see that. It's going to be leaning up against my fireplace. This was under $5 to make. These shadow boxes are one of my most favorite DIYs. I put them all together to show you what they look like, but I probably will end up putting a couple on tier trays. I actually saw these in the lakeside.com magazine that they send me every month, year, I don't know when they send it to me. They were $6.99 each, and I was able to recreate them for under $2 each. I think that's pretty good. I like mine better, actually. I really hope that you enjoyed these Christmas DIYs. Please let me know which one was your favorite down in the comments below. I love reading your comments. You guys make me laugh sometimes so hard. I just really can't get back to every single one of you. I try my hardest. I do want you to know that I do read each and every one of them, and I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys. Bye.
All right, everybody. See you next time.